In today's cook, we made a whole chicken in the air fryer. That's right, a whole roast chicken in the air fryer. We did it in the Ninja Dual Zone. It just about fit in the basket. And spoiler, it came out absolutely lovely. So I know that you're going to want to try this for yourself. So obviously, the shopping list is self-explanatory. We need a chicken. I went for a medium size, which was 1.6 kg. I tried to size it up in the supermarket to see what I thought would fit in the basket. They all seem to be about the same length, but just like more plump the bigger they got. So I went with medium, and I think this is the size for the Ninja Dual Zone. You're going to want garlic, lemon, salt and pepper, and olive oil. So you can see on the packet 1.6 kg, and it says here 170 Celsius fan for 1 hour and 35. Now, I decided that I would utilize this probe that I got for my birthday from my son last year. All you do is you stick it in there, you connect it to your app. There'll be more on it, but it helps us make sure that we get up to 75 degrees Celsius. So the first step is to prep this chicken, okay? Sometimes they're not that great, so you're going to want to dry it, then get out your eyebrow pluckers and make sure that there's none of this horrible hairs and whatever that may have been left on it. Salt it, and then just leave it to come up to room temperature for 30 to 45 minutes. Then get your garlic, stick it in the cavity, get the lemon, stick as much as you like in there. I thought that half a lemon cut in half would be more than sufficient just to perfume the inside. Now you can see here, this is the probe, and I stuck it into the fattest part of the chicken, the breast, because that's what we want the temperature to go up. The other areas are going to be thinner. Then obviously, because those legs are spread, let's laugh, we needed to bring them in. I didn't have any strings, so I used a bit of foil. And I think this turned out to be a good idea anyway, because it protected the ends of those legs, right? So take out the crisper plate on the air fryer, because there just isn't going to be enough space to get it all in. Okay, if you put the crisper plate, it's going to hit the element at the top of the air fryer. So get the chicken in there. Breast side down, because we are going to flip it halfway through, oil it, salt and pepper, and then let's get cracking. So this is how the app works. You just click through what you're actually cooking. I went for a whole chicken. You choose the doneness. I actually went for well done, I think there, so 77 degrees. You click start, and you keep going until it is done. And then you can see here it is monitoring the temperature inside, outside, and what we want. Then we go back to the air fryer, and I selected 1 hour's cooking, okay, because I knew it was going to take a good hour. So I went for 1 hour and thought we'd play it by ear. You press go, and then what happens is that as soon as the temperatures change, it connects with the probe and the app, and it tells you like how the temperature is changing inside the environment. Now, after about half an hour, I decided to turn it over. Now, because it was so tight, ended up being quite tricky, and it was a bit of a laugh trying to get it over, but in the end, we managed it. And you can see that there you go, breast side up. So we went with a little bit more oil. We got our salt and pepper to give it, a nice seasoning. Now, what you'll notice is that the ambient temperature is only 139 degrees, which is the temperature inside the air fryer. So, because of the size of the chicken, obviously the air fryer wasn't able to get up to the temperature that we selected. So, with 5 minutes to go, I took it up to 15 to give it an extra 10 minutes, which I think did help us get the job. You can see I put in the usual temperature probe, and then we got way up over the temperature that was required. Like you say there, 79 degrees, nice and safe. And this is what it looks like. You can see it looks like a cracking chicken. It's all nicely, obviously it has contracted a little bit. Now you can see it's done. You want to let that rest for a good 10, 15, 20 minutes. Look at all this juice and fat that was catered for at the bottom of the air fryer that we can use for lots of different things moving forward. So I attempted to carve this, and I did a semi-okay job. I'm not a genius carver, but you want to cut through diagonally of the legs. They should come off pretty easily if you cut through the joint. And then you want to slice off the breast. So go down the side of the breastbone and you should feel your way down, and then basically just do the same on both sides. Alright guys, welcome back to the taste test. Today we wanted to find out whether we could cook an entire roast chicken in the air fryer, and we actually did it. We cooked it in the Ninja Dual Zone, so it was a bit of a tight squeeze. It was a medium chicken, about 1.6 kg, just fit in, and we cooked it for approximately 70-ish minutes. Okay, we rested it as well for about 20 as well, all in all. It was still a little bit warm when I carved it, so you could have let it rest a little bit longer. If you don't let it rest, all the juices will pour out as soon as you start to carve, because you need to rest it so the juices kind of retain in the meat. Years ago, I remember I cooked a roast chicken in the oven and I was so eager to eat it, as I did it and I put it on the board, I started chopping and the juice went everywhere. It's just the biggest mess ever. You'll also notice that we had all of this juice and fat that came out of that chicken, quite a lot, so you can use that for, you know, cooking other stuff. You cook your roasties, you put it in stock, risotto. You've got lots of different uses. I may include the carving of this, but it wasn't perfect because I'm not an expert carver. But you'll see here that looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. You know, I also did use the meter probe to make sure it was cooked all the way through. I also used my normal thermometer as well to make sure that it was of the right temperature all the way through. But you can see, got a nice leg essentially there, and obviously there we go. The chicken breast looks absolutely lovely. I stuck a garlic in the center of it and some lemon, two of my favorite flavors. So I'm just going to cut a piece there for this mandatory taste test, and we'll just break this apart. You can see I mean, chicken. Who doesn't like chicken? Come on. Lovely roast chicken. So good. So moist, so juicy, so much flavor. This was an absolute success. So it cooked, I can't remember what it said on the packet. I might have put it on screen at the beginning of the video, but I think it was probably something like an hour and a half, hour and 40. And as I say, we cooked it in about an hour and 10 in the air fryer. I think it does a good job. It does a pretty good job. Obviously, if you had a bigger air fryer, I think you're going to get it's going to be a bit more easier in the turning around and all that sort of fiddly stuff, because it was a little bit tight. But and also because of that, I didn't use the rack underneath it, which I would, in this case, I would have preferred to have had the rack below, so that the juices could, it wouldn't be sitting in the juices. Okay, then it would have crisped up the bottom as well at the same time, I think. But obviously that's the limitations of the unit. So again, a resounding big thumbs up. I think we've done a great job here. I can't wait to use this in a couple of dishes. If you've got anything out of this video, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe. There's loads of videos on the air fryer on the channel. I'm going to see you soon. Take it easy. Greasy.